In the first video, we covered basic HTML tags. Now, we will improve upon those elements by adding attributes. These give extra information about the element. You can add an attribute inside the opening tag with a space, the attribute name, an equal, and the value in quotes. In this example, we have a paragraph element with an ID attribute with the value blue. You can use single or double quotes around values, although you must use the same on both sides. You cannot use a single quote on one side and a double on the other side. If you need to use quotes inside of quotes, make the outer quotes of one type and the inner quotes of the other type. When you have multiple attributes, the order does not matter. In this example, we have both height and width, and either order will give you the same result. Here are a few common attributes you will be using. A title gives extra information about the element. When a user mouses over an element with a title or tooltip will display. An ID is a unique identifier for the element. You would use this to help you add style. For example, you may want one paragraph to be in red font, so you might give it the ID red. Then in your style sheet, you would assign red font color to the red ID. The class attribute is similar, but it can be used on multiple elements. So if you wanted to make several elements have red font, you would assign a class red to each one. Then add style to all of them at once. Width and height are attributes you will frequently use with images. The hypertext reference is used for links. We will discuss how to add links next week. The source attribute tells the browser where to locate another file, such as an image. The style attribute is used to give style to individual elements within your HTML. You may have noticed that we have a title element and a title attribute. The title element is one of the 5 basic elements and give the page its title. You will often see it in your browser tab or in your search engine results that include your page. It is also a tooltip when you mouse over the browser tab. In the markup, it looks like this. A title attribute assigns a title to one element on the page. Like the title element, a title attribute provides your users with a tooltip when they mouse over the element. Here, the logo image has a title which shows a tooltip. The title attribute for the logo is inside the A tag. There is one tag that looks very different from most, but it is very important, the comment tag. This is so you can make notes in your markup that users will not see. It will help you mark special sections or tell others working on the page what you were doing with that portion of your code. You should always comment your code. You never know who may be coming behind you and needs to know what you were doing. If you are editing something else you did a couple years before, you won't remember what you did yourself. Comments will help you with this. You can type anything you like between the tags, and they can go for multiple lines if you need them to. Here's an example from Grantham's homepage. Our developers have marked where the Facebook code starts and stops, and also made the important note, "Do not modify." Comments can also be used to comment out sections of your markup. You might want to do this for a couple of reasons, such as if you need a portion to not show on your page temporarily. In this example, I have part of an order form. If I am out of the size, I can comment out that option so users can't select it. When the size comes back in stock, I can simply remove the comment tags and the users can buy it again. Comment tags can also be useful in helping you find errors. If you are having trouble finding something that ruins your page, you can comment out portions of your markup one section at a time. If you comment out a section and your page works, you know the error is in that section. You can then take a harder look at just that small portion until you find the error. Finding an error as small as this can be very difficult when you are looking at everything on the page. Narrowing it down by commenting out will help you find errors faster. You could create an entire web page using basic elements with p tags for every section of your text, but it is better to use semantic elements. Semantic elements gives your markup more meaning. They tell you or any other developers working on your page more about the purpose of that element. It also makes it easier for you to add style to one portion of your markup. Common structural elements such as article, header, footer are self-explanatory. Aside is used for tangential topics and is often displayed as a sidebar. Nav is typically used to contain your navigation menu. Using these can also help search engines find information on your page. Tags such as address or time can help your users quickly find your location or hours because of the way search engines use those tags to look for these. This doesn't mean that you will never use p tags. These are often used within other tags, such as to delineate different paragraphs within an article. All the paragraphs in p tags are nested within one article tag. Nesting means that tags are within other tags. For example, all of your tags are nested within your HTML tags, and you may have many tags nested inside your body tags, and so on. The important thing to remember when nesting tags is that both opening and closing tag of one element is inside the opening and closing tag of another element. If you have your tags in the wrong order, this will give you errors. Make sure your inner tags are both inside like this. Think about nesting dolls. You can only get them back together if both parts of the inner one are inside the next outer one, and both parts of that one are inside the next, and so on. HTML tags work the same way. They have to nest properly, one set inside the other, to function correctly. If you haven't tried the first tutorial in your book yet, I recommend working on that one. This will give you a chance to work with these elements and attributes and see what they do firsthand.